Hey there everyone, it's Anthony back with another video here on Single and Blazing. Hi, I hope you're having a fantastic day, weekday, weekend, week, month, evening, morning, overnight, all of that good stuff. Thanks so much for checking out this video. So today I have for you a shot of the floor in my craft room. You can see part of Apollo's crate there, my craft table here. I did my best to vacuum as much dog hair off of the carpet as possible, but you're probably gonna see some over there because I didn't get all the way on this side. But it's okay, we're gonna be all right. And this is a finish and review. This is my most recent finished canvas. And the reason that I have it covered in a little painter's canvas, tarp, whatever you wanna call it, is because I took the border plastic or the border washi tape off of around the border, and I didn't want to get the adhesive that runs beyond the drill field covered in dog and carpet hair by flipping it upside down. So it is the right way up, but I wanted to do a reveal, so I had to put a drop cloth down on top of it. So yeah, I'm super excited to share this finish with you, and I'm not going to belabor the point. Let's go ahead and take a look at my most recent finish. This is Borealis by Clive and Jaded Gem Shop. Okie dokie. Well, there you have it. This is Borealis by Clive and Jaded Gem Shop. Let me go ahead and move you up just slightly. Okay. Okay, so there it is. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it's done. This is really, honestly, the first time I'm seeing it all laid out and flat and complete. I finished this last night and immediately put it aside so I could kit down, and I didn't lay it out, I didn't do anything. I just put it aside. It was kind of folded, so I couldn't even really see the whole thing. So this is the first time really getting a good look at it, and holy moly, this is awesome. Oh my gosh, it looks so good. It looks so good. Okay, so this is an 80 by 95 centimeter round drill canvas with 56 colors. There were no special drills, or I didn't order this kit with special drills from Jaded Gem Shop. I did add a couple of my own, which we'll talk about, but I thought it was kind of funny that I ordered a kit called Borealis and then I didn't order it with ABs, but here we are nonetheless. Geez Louise. So yeah, I mean, let's talk about pros here. The Jaded Gem Shop quality of materials is always really, really good. I'm gonna mention a couple things with this particular kit that I haven't seen on any other Jaded Gem Shop kit, but overall, the quality, the fit, the finish of all the materials is really, really good. These are all resin drills that you're working with here, so excellent resin drills, very uniform in shape and size, plenty of sparkle here, and the colors, the DMC colors with her resin drills are very vibrant. This is my first round drill canvas that I've worked on that was pre-packaged in round drills from Jaded Gem Shop, and it was fantastic to work with. Canvas material, very, very nice. Pretty dense, but still soft, flexible, has that soft back to it, and it's a pleasure to work on. And glue, excellent. And yeah, all of that stuff, very, very nice. Fit and finish, very good. Of course, the actual process of working up this canvas was a blast. It has an excellent blend of confetti and color blocking. There's a surprising amount of color blocking sections within this kit, especially when you're looking kind of on the cheeks of our subject, or at least on one side. Some of those patches of oranges and yellows there have quite a bit of color blocking. And then as we get to the top, there's some more color blocking in some of those purples. So it's a good mix. You get a nice break, and then you're back into confetti mode, and then a nice break, and then back into confetti mode. But I like that. I like having places where I'm zipping through, and then other places where it's almost like a puzzle. So that was no problem for me. It's kind of my perfect canvas setup. So moving on from that, I want to talk about a couple of things that I did notice with this canvas. So, and it's kind of my first time experiencing a couple of these things with a Jaded Gem Shop canvas. So by no means do I feel that this is something that's consistent, that you'll see in a lot of her different kits or products. It's just, I want to be completely transparent here. So the amount of trash that I had in this kit is slightly higher than I saw in some of the square drill canvases that I have worked up from Jaded Gem Shop. Keep in mind, this time around, and starting on this kit and going forward, I plan on being very particular and grabbing the finest of tooth combs to run over my canvas and my experience, because a lot of these products that I tend to gravitate towards, and a lot of the shops that I tend to really like, have some more premium products. This definitely isn't a channel that, or I'm definitely not a person that frequently, or I don't think I do, have budget kits, small quick workup kits in my stash and that I work on. So the majority of what you see here is going to be, Diamond Art Club and above, as far as like price point and where you get them, all of that stuff. So I want to be a little bit more particular going forward, because if you are going to spend, that amount of money, you're going to invest in a premium kit such as this, such as others from Jaded Gem Shop, your other premium diamond painting shops. You want to make sure that you're getting the absolute best. And I want to make sure that I'm providing a true and honest and unbiased review and a critique, I guess, of these products. So even though I love Jade with all my heart, she's a crafty friend, she's a personal friend that I've gotten to know over the past couple of years, and I want to support and lift up her shop, but there's always room for improvement, right? There's always room for improvement. So all that being said, there was a bit more trash than I saw here than I've seen in other Jaded Gem Shop kits. I'll insert a photo of my trash container that I had. It's not a ton, especially for an 80 by 95 centimeter kit. I think it's relatively a small amount. It's, that much of a container, it's not huge, but it is more than I have seen. And I found myself, every time I'd pour out a color, especially towards the end with some of the yellows and some of the lighter hues, I spent a little bit picking out some trash before I actually got to diamond painting on that section. So it wasn't a deal breaker, but it was more than I've noticed in other kits. And I don't know if that's a round drill thing, because this is my first round drill from Jaded Gem Shop. We'll see. I have more rounds from her shop, so we'll see. The other thing that I wanted to mention is, I'm not sure if you'll see them in camera, but I'm going to go ahead and come around here. When this canvas was packaged, there was 2 creases kind of in the center of the canvas that I could not get out. I rolled it. I had this hanging up the entire time that I worked on it if it wasn't on my table, so it was always, gravity was in this kit's favor while I was working on it. But there's a crease here and one here, and they run pretty much to right about here. So there's a little divot right here in the canvas, and there's a little one here, and the same with the opposite end. There's a couple creases matching that where it was rolled. So there was some pretty deep folds. I don't want to say pretty deep. There are some noticeable creases in this canvas that I can't seem to get out. When it's hanging up, you don't really notice it. When it's laying down, you don't really notice it until you get up close. But it is something of concern. So that's something that I did notice on this kit. Once again, it did not impact my ability to work on this kit, but for this kit, I want to mention it. And then The one last thing is there was two symbols on this kit. There was a lowercase and an uppercase H, and they were both in this kind of lighter teal kind of aqua color. And that's obviously, as you can see throughout the canvas, in our ice down here, in our glacier area, up in the subject's face, in our Borealis's face, and kind of around. So I ran into the lowercase and uppercase H pretty much throughout this kit. And when I did, the symbols were not as clear as every other symbol on the canvas. I had a hard time differentiating when there was the uppercase and the lowercase, and so I was left having to really get close to pay attention, and I know there was probably a couple spots where I accidentally placed the wrong drill because they were really close in color, not only on the printing, but the actual DMCs themselves. So that was a little tricky, but it wasn't, once again, a deal breaker. I just had to pay more attention to what I was doing when I hit those sections. So another thing to keep in mind, those two symbols were printed in white. They were light symbols, and so they were just a little difficult to differentiate from each other. So those are the main things that I ran into with this canvas. And then finally, I want to talk a little bit about the composition of this canvas as far as the rendering goes. At a viewing distance, where you're at right now, it looks fantastic, and especially even further back, it really, really comes together. This is a canvas that you definitely, because of its size, you're going to want to take a few steps back, you know, it's a good 6 or 8 feet, and that's a good viewing distance for this piece. However, I find that up close, it does start to look a little choppy here and there. I specifically want to call out where you see the pinks in this kit. And so you see them right at the base of her neck, a little bit just off to the side there in those pinks. And then again, there's just a few on the bridge of her nose there and coming underneath her eyes and a little bit in her eyelid, and then another small patch right over there. Those pinks feel a little choppy to me. They don't feel completely blended. Maybe down by the neck is where they're best blended, but the ones on the bridge of her nose look a little out of place, and I feel like the other areas that it's located here and here are a little blocky for my taste. I would have preferred them to be blended, those colors to be a little bit more blended, especially that piece right there. There's a hard line right there where the pink just starts, you know, it starts pretty abruptly. There's another area right at the very top. You can see where it kind of turns purple there. That purple line is also a little abrupt. So I'd prefer if those were as well blended as some of the other color blending that you see throughout the kit. If I had to do it again, I might have considered doing this in squares to get a little bit more detail, but I really think it comes down to a little bit more attention paid on this particular image with some of the color blending. This is a really tough kit, I would imagine, to hand chart and blend because there's so many color transitions and variance in shade, and the blending just is on point for pretty much the majority of it, except for a couple areas. So I think one more pass with some hand charting would have done this kit really well. I would have removed those pink drills from the bridge of her nose because they do throw it off just a little bit to me personally. Once again, an average person looking at this piece probably wouldn't notice it, or would take them a while to pick out those types of things, and at a distance, it's fine. But once again, I'm going to be very nitpicky with my canvases going forward. So I would prefer a little bit more of an eye paid attention paid to those pink areas specifically, and just overall maybe a little bit more color blending in that kind of rainbow effect that we have here. But overall, a really excellent rendering. It wouldn't prevent me from working on this kit again. So yeah, I am a Jaded Gem Shop diehard. It's my favorite shop. I named it my favorite diamond painting business of 2023. So no issues, no big issues really, but that is what I'm seeing, and that's kind of my honest review of this. So overall, a fantastic image. Once again, I loved working on this. The colors, like the fact that you'd start a section and you'd be working on some icy blues and stuff, and then all of a sudden you're getting these bright reds. I love that. But once again, I could see some opportunity for a little bit more color blending and some attention paid to those pinks that we're seeing here. So Yeah, as far as the enhancements that I did include, I went ahead and did the lips myself. I recharted the lips to the best of my ability. I added a red AB and an orange AB from Diamond Dots, and then I added the Coral Reef sparkler and the Fire sparkler from DP with Sparklers, and those are just on her lips there. So that's the only Borealis enhancements on the kit called Borealis from Henry Clive. But I think it turned out well. The lips are again a piece where I was like, oh, this could have been blended a little bit more. Like some of the sparklers kind of are just here and there, you know, but I tried to follow where those symbols were and just replace the symbols altogether. I probably could have hand charted that myself a little bit better to make it look a little bit more even, but that's an accurate representation of where that shade of that shade of red or orange would have gone with a regular drill. So it would still have a little bit of that effect, but I think it's highlighted or there's a focus on it when you're using those sparklers. So once again, if I did it again, I probably would say, forget what symbol's underneath there. I'm just going to make the lips in a shape that in shade that I want. But I followed what was charted. I just swapped the colors. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That is Borealis by Henry Clive and Jaded Gem Shop in 80 by 95 centimeter round drill canvas. Oh, this is my, where's my logbook? Logbook. Logbook, where are you? Come here, logbook. Here it is. Okay, so this is my 39th finish of all time. It's my third finish of the year. I started this on December 15th, 2023, and I finished it on January 24th, 2024. So it took me just a little over a month to get this one done, about 5 weeks. So yeah, it was an absolute blast to work on. I would once again absolutely do it again. You can get this kit in various sizes from Jaded Gem Shop. You can get it square, you can get it round. You can also add ABs and crystals and fancy enhancement drills. But there's a lot of options there, various different price points. I believe this is the largest size that it's offered in. This is a full-size image. Obviously, it's not cropped or anything like that. It's just in round. Some of my favorite areas are right where the Borealis kind of explodes off of the glacier down there. And then, of course, that polar bear. I mean, it's a little Apollo looking up. So it's very cute. I love the color transitions in the face. I think the shading was done really well there. I think that came out. And just the drama and the attitude and the vibe and the emotion from this image really comes through in this diamond painting. I think all of that translated super duper well. There's just a little things here and there that I think could be tightened up just a bit. I'd be really curious to see what a diamond painting shop that does more like blocky, kind of chunky rendering would do with this kit. I think it might look really good having some more like really defined color lines, some like hard stops and starts. I was not complaining, but I was mentioning the pink blocks. If the whole kit was done with more like defined swoops and really strong color transitions, I think it would come together just fine. So I'd be curious of what a shop like a Diamond Art Club that does more like defined color changes would do with something like this. I'd be curious to see what it looks like, but this looks fantastic. So yeah, that is it. Let me know if you have any questions or comments in regards to this finish, what you think of it, or if this is now on your shopping list or wish list or has been for a while. Otherwise, I think that's about it. So yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, share this content with friends, family members, anyone that you think might take some value out of it. Otherwise, happy placing, and we'll see you next time. Bye. Bye.